Happy 2022. I know it's been a minute since I spoke to y'all. I hope that you are doing well. Man, so let me just update you on my life before I get into these tips of how to have a joyous 2022 and how that even just starts with your mindset. That's right. It starts in here first before we can get anything we want in this outside world. Last we left off, I got married. We had the debt-free wedding. If you haven't already checked out that video, make sure you go do so. Amazing wedding. And then after the wedding, we ended up we had the wedding, the honeymoon. Now I'm fast forwarding into December, which is my husband's birthday. So we took a trip to Asheville, North Carolina, we had a beautiful hike in the mountains. It was just so peaceful to be there. So definitely a place that you should check out if you're into hiking. And so now we're in December. Then after that, my uncle suddenly passed away, so I had to take a trip back home to Boston. It was good to see the family again, obviously not under those circumstances, but anytime I get to see the fam, I'm all about seeing them, love them dearly. So now we're around like the Christmas time, had a great holiday with me and Jordan. We stayed here in Charlotte. We stayed here locally, had, relaxing Christmas, cooked, all that good stuff. And we brought in the new year at the house as well. Just like a low-key chill, played the game of life. Our friend Tiana came over, so it was a good time. And I hope you too brought in the new year on the right foot. And I hope things are going well for you. Now, oh yeah, how could I forget? I also reached a 6-figure net worth in 2021. That has been a goal that I've been striving towards for a long time. If you've been following my journey, you know that when I was 23, I had a negative net worth. Then when I was 25, I had a net worth of $5,440. And then now I'm 31 and I reached a 6-figure net worth last year. So that was like a huge win for me that I'm excited that I was able to accomplish. And, I'm claiming that by the time we in the 40s, it's going to be in the millions. We got to preach. We got to claim the things that we want to see. We got to speak the things that we want to see before they come to pass. That is faith. I believe it. I receive it. Amen. I believe that a joyous 2022 first starts in your mind, because any goal that you want to accomplish, whether that's losing weight or getting into the best shape of your life, whether that's, paying off debt, whether that's investing, whether that's saving for a home or saving for a rental property or finding, a husband or a wife. I believe that everything first starts on the inside. And I believe that we can't truly get to the things that we really want to achieve until we get our internal world, or I'll just say our mindset, on board. 2021 was really a year of growth for me and growth in my self-awareness. I learned so much about myself, and I learned so much about myself through journaling, through prayer, through meditation. And at my job towards the end of the year, we had a meditation session on Fridays. And these Friday meditation sessions for 8 weeks were truly life-changing. I learned so much about myself. Let me look at my notes, because I took some notes on this. I don't want y'all to miss anything that I learned. So we talked about how success starts from the inside out, right? So when we meditate, we become more in tune with the process of what's happening in our internal world, right? And so once we recognize what's happening, we're able to adjust, right? So when you're meditating and you're in this relaxing state, that means that you're just setting your body up to be the new set point. So when you're not in this relaxed state and you're just living your normal life, you notice when you're upset, you notice when you're angry, you just notice when you're not at your relaxed state. So that's really what meditation allows you to do. When we meditate, it just allows us to be more in tune and recognize what is happening in our internal world. Because I learned in the meditation class that our internal world colors our external world. And I'm going to read this quote from the meditation teacher. She said that it's a connection to yourself. When you are connected in here and you're peaceful in here, you'll have peace out here in the world, right? But when you're conflicted in here and there's conflict in here and nothing's going right in here, then that's going to be the same thing in your outside world. I truly believe that if you do not believe, you cannot outperform your unbelief. So if you're trying to accomplish these goals in this year, or you're trying to accomplish goals last year and you didn't achieve them, I believe that it was because of something internally that was happening, something that a belief or just a mindset or a thought or something, some other kind of interference that was holding you back. And that's why I will not just show up here on this in this online world and just talk to you about the procedures of how to reach your money goals, because I believe that it's much deeper than just the procedures of saving your money, paying on down debt, opening an investment account. Because it's like, we know all the things that we need to do to get our finances together. You can go to Google right now and there's thousands of articles, millions even, that are telling you step by step how to reach the certain goals that you want to reach. But for some reason, you're still not reaching them. So I don't believe it's a matter of these procedures. I believe that it's something deeper within us that we have to overcome and work through and uncover so that we could show up. We could show up and start reaching these goals. Now that we believe, now that our thoughts are on track, now that we have the right mindset, now we can show up and conquer. And that is why I believe that a joyous 2022 starts here first. So now that you know why it's important for you to get your mind on board first in order to start reaching your money goals and having a joyous 2022, here are 3 tips that will help you improve your mindset so that you can start having more joy in accomplishing those goals that you want to reach. So the first thing you have to do is start getting into the habit of noticing your emotions and noticing when you're not at your most relaxed, calm, peaceful self, your best self. Notice. It's a great habit to get into, and meditation really helps you get into that habit. Mom was good about this. When we were younger and we would come home and we weren't really acting exactly like ourselves, she would start asking us questions like, who are you around? You know, who are you talking to? And just certain questions that dives deeper into just why we're not like our best selves right now. And so I think that's a great habit for you to even get into. When you all can tell when you're not feeling like your best self. Like, you can tell when your emotions have shifted. And so you have to start getting to the habit of asking yourself, okay, what happened? You know, what was I thinking? Who was I talking to? What did I read? What did I see on social media that has shifted me into this different kind of emotional state? In my meditation class, our instructor asked us, what's at the end of a thought? Right? What comes at the end of a thought? An emotion. So if an emotion comes at the end of a thought, your emotions are like gauges that let you know how you're feeling. And you know, it's just like the thermostat of your house that you have that turns the heat on from hot or cold. Just think of your feelings as the same way, right? When you feel angry, you have to feel that in your body and just think like, okay, I feel angry. Why do I feel angry? What thoughts am I thinking, right? Just get into that habit so that you can now shift your thoughts into thinking a better thought, thinking a thought that will bring you joy, that's more in alignment with where you want to be and the state of your best self. And it's sometimes when I was younger, when I didn't have the self-awareness, I'm just living my life and things are happening to me, but I'm not even realizing that I'm in control and that I can change how I'm feeling. So life is just happening to me and I'm sad or I'm angry or, you know, I'm feeling all these feelings, but I didn't realize that I truly have the control and that I don't have to believe every thought that comes into my mind. And you don't either. Let me give you an example of this. So I was driving to work one day, and that's right, y'all, I be driving now. I be driving. So I was driving to work one day, and then there was this car that was like super close driving behind me. And so like, I'm kind of getting upset. Like, why is he driving so close behind me? Like, he needs to just either slow down or he needs to move to the other lane and pass by me. And then so I ended up just switching lanes and getting from the car because I was like, okay, whatever. I don't want him behind me anymore. So I switched lanes, and then in my rearview mirror, I can see he starts doing the same thing to the other car that was behind me. And now I find myself getting tense. Like, I find my shoulders up. I'm sitting here driving, but I'm looking at my rearview mirror and I'm just getting angry. Like, why is he following him so closely? Why don't he just move? Ah! And then I was like, oh my gosh, Candice, you're angry. Relax, release. It's okay. Let it go. Focus on something else. Focus on the road. It's a beautiful day outside. Be grateful for life right now. And I just let it go. But like, I had to even become aware of what was happening. And I didn't always have that awareness. So that's my first tip. Just start to get into the habit of noticing when your emotions are changing, when you're in an angry state or a sad state or a state that you're just not feeling your best. Get into the habit of asking yourself, what am I thinking right now? Can I think something else? Is this thought true? And just asking yourself those questions. So that's my first tip. My second tip for you to help you with your mindset in 2022 is really get excited about your goals. You have to get excited about them. And I know you might be saying like, Candice, obviously if it's a goal that I have, I'm going to be excited about it. But that's not always true, and you have to kind of have an excited attitude, not just on the outside and telling yourself that, but it starts on the inside being excited about something. So for example, I mean, this is not a goal, but when I got to wash the dishes, right? Obviously, when I first had to start washing dishes, I know it sounds crazy, but like I had to even change my mindset and my thoughts around washing the dishes. Because at first it wasn't a joyous, happy experience. I'm dragging my feet like, oh, I don't really want to wash these dishes. I'm washing them with attitude like, dang, I don't even want to be washing these dishes. Splashing water, like it's just not a joyous experience, right? But once I started to shift my mindset and be like, yo, I'm excited about washing these dishes. I love having a clean home. I love organizing the home. Like I love, just making sure things are just in a good place and things are clean. Like I love taking care of my home, and thank you God that I have a home to take care of. And let me listen to some music. Let me turn some music on. Let me listen to one of my favorite podcasts. Let me call my mom. Like I started turning it into a more of a joyous experience and shifting my attitude on the inside. And then what do you know? The experience became better. It became less painful. So when you're excited about your goals, you have a better experience while you're achieving them. And for example, if you're trying to, get into the best shape of your life, but when your alarm goes off every day, you just complaining the whole time, you're not going to want to get out of bed. You have to figure out a thought that's going to make you excited. Like, yes, I get to work out. Yes, I'm transforming into the best person that I'm actually working towards this goal of becoming the best person, the best version of myself. I'm excited about this. Let's go. Somebody didn't get to wake up today, but I get to do that. I get to wake up. Like, get excited about your goals is my second tip. Number 3 is to start challenging some of those beliefs that you have about yourself. Because a lot of times we're walking around and we have beliefs that we might not even be aware that we have these undercover beliefs, that we have these beliefs and deep within us that could be, stopping us or slowing down the process of us reaching our goals. So I heard this post-secret quote that I will never forget. Back in college, I used to read post-secrets every Sunday. I'm on the website refreshing, waiting until the new ones to come up. My mom was like, Candice, you got to stop looking at these post-secrets. But I love them. Well, I'll never forget this one post-secret. It said, the only reason you're not where you want to be is because there's still a part of you that doesn't trust the part that believes. I repeat, the only reason you're not where you want to be is because there's still a part of you that doesn't trust the part that believes. And even though I didn't really know much about beliefs at the time, like that just stayed with me. Something inside my soul, inside my essence, just believed that something about this was true. Even though I couldn't really put my mind on it, my finger on it exactly, like I kept it in my brain. And then later on, I was able to unpack it and be like, oh, now this makes sense. Because if you don't believe something, it's going to start to show up in your actions. It's going to show up in your attitude. It's going to show up in, the way that you're trying to reach this goal. That's why you truly have to believe, because you cannot outperform your unbelief. You have to start believing better thoughts. You have to start believing new beliefs that will make you feel more empowered, more powerful. The beliefs that will just help you get to that version of yourself that you're trying to get to. And journaling really does help with this. One question that I was journaling last year that really helped me when I was in a place of trying to work through my own beliefs was, what have you been telling yourself isn't possible? What have you been telling yourself isn't possible? And are you willing to reconsider a different thought? So those 2 questions are great places to start. If you're like, Candice, I don't know what to journal about, start with those questions right there. And yeah, I think that they will be beneficial for you. That is all I have for y'all. Those are the 3 tips that will help you have a joyous 2022, a joyous 2022, and that will help you be able to reach your goals this year. And all of that starts first in your mind. It starts with your mind. It starts in your internal world. So tip number 1, we said, was to get into the habit of noticing when your emotions are out of whack, when you're not feeling like your best self. Tip number 2 was what was tip number 2 again? Let me look at my notes real quick. Tip number 2 was to get excited about your goals. You have to get excited about them inside, internally get excited, shift your mental energy, shift your energy, shift your attitude about the goal. Tip number 3 was to start challenging some of those beliefs that you have. Journaling is a great way to start doing that. Obviously, meditation as well, prayer, all that good stuff. And before I leave you with my favorite quote at the moment, an action item I would love for you to do is if you can share this video with a friend. If you found this video beneficial and you believe somebody could benefit from it, whether that's your cousin, Pookie and Ray Ray and them, whether that's your best friend, your auntie, everybody, share it with everybody you know. If you found this video helpful. And my second action item for you is if you can leave in the comments below what part of this video resonated with you. Let me know what part of this video resonated with you. I would love to hear it. And now to my favorite quote at the moment. This is my favorite quote. I'm gonna start leaving y'all my favorite quotes because I'm just like a very big quote person. What we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday, and our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow. Our life is the creation of our thoughts. All right, y'all, that's a wrap. Be well. Continue to think better thoughts so that you can get better outcomes and live a fulfilling life. Until next time, I'm Candice, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.